The LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special might be the most high-profile original LEGO Star Wars story content that exists. The LEGO Star Wars video games retell the same stories as the films, the Freemaker adventures don't seem to get much discussion, but the Holiday Special has had significantly more buzz surrounding it than any other LEGO Star Wars property, I'm not including the games here, so I'm expecting a whole slew of is it canon questions coming my way. How does this story fit in with the rest of the Star Wars galaxy, if at all? First, I want to reiterate that canon shouldn't dictate what you do or don't enjoy. I've seen people say that they don't want to spend time watching or reading or playing something if it doesn't, quote, count. I'm not going to tell you how to enjoy your fandom, but I don't want to perpetuate some sort of myth that canon is the end-all be-all to great storytelling. Some of my absolute favorite Star Wars stories of all time are no longer considered to be canon. It doesn't mean I enjoy them any less. Canon is certainly an aspect of fandom that you can and should enjoy. I love it when everything matches up in storytelling, but it's almost never a storyteller's priority. With that disclaimer out of the way, here is how I view the way the LEGO Star Wars universe fits in with the rest of Star Wars. This is coming from an interview with the creators of the Freemaker Adventures, who said they worked with the Lucasfilm Story Group to maintain continuity, but they were allowed to take liberties for the comedy of situations. They called the series canon adjacent, or a canon paraphrase. It's basically a silly retelling of canon events. Again, if we look at the LEGO Star Wars games, they're going through the films but with a lot of goofy exaggerations. So I basically look for the broad strokes of what a LEGO story is telling us, boil it down to its simplest form. I've done a video on what I think is canon about the Freemaker Adventures already if you want to see that, and newer stories like Star Wars Squadrons have even connected back with that LEGO-based story. But for now, let's get into some of the specifics of the Holiday Special. There will be spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it yet. I want to point out the little LEGO Star Wars introduction that kicked everything off. It's a LEGO take on the same intro we see before The Mandalorian. I see this as possibly meaning we could see even more LEGO Star Wars specials in the future, or it could just be a fun little nod to the live-action properties. But the story itself is about Rey finding an artifact called the Key, which can be used on Life Day to access the past. She does this to see how Jedi Masters of old trained their Padawans so she can better train Finn in the ways of the Force. But as she travels through time, she starts creating chaos, causing the various eras of Star Wars to collide with each other. After a discussion with Yoda, she is able to set things right, and learns to be a more nurturing teacher to Finn. All the while, the rest of the crew puts together a Life Day party on Kashyyyk. So removing the goofier and more outlandish parts of the story, I do think there are some takeaways for the larger Star Wars galaxy. First, Rey is training Finn. That feels like the next logical step after learning he was Force-sensitive in The Rise of Skywalker, but I'm glad to see it happening on screen, even if it's in LEGO form. I like the idea of Rey struggling to teach him and seeking wisdom from past Jedi. I personally don't like the idea of her literally traveling through time to do so, but we already know she can speak to them, so maybe she just got some wisdom through meditation, or maybe there really is an artifact called the Key that lets her access the world between worlds or something to observe the past but not change it. Again, take the story in very broad strokes, and you'll probably get closer to the quote, real version. Rey wants to learn to be a better teacher for Finn, and she gains wisdom from previous Jedi Masters. And yeah, there's probably a Life Day party on Kashyyyk, and Max Rebo is there because I absolutely still want him to be around. And honestly, all of this is just my take, what I want to be true out of this. I thought the LEGO Holiday Special was just okay. It made me laugh, it was fun seeing all the eras smashed together, and I always loved Trevor Duvall's Palpatine voice. It definitely has the vibe of a kid dumping out all of their Star Wars Legos and playing. But I know that I am more of a rigid, lore junkie type fan, so I'm just gonna take what I like from it and move on. I've seen a lot of people really enjoying this, and if they want to say the whole thing is canon in their eyes, I'm not gonna argue against their fun. Or if someone chooses to believe none of it happened, whatever, because I doubt this will be some central piece to Star Wars content post The Rise of Skywalker. It's just meant to be fun. Turn your lore brain off for 45 minutes and chuckle at all the inside jokes and goofiness. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. But those are my thoughts on the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special and how it fits in with everything else. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.